What's up, people? Oh man, I have not done this in a while. So here we go. Matthews 7, verse 24 through 27. This is so good, y'all. This is so good. Okay, I'm just gonna read it. NLT version. Anyone who listens to my teaching and follow it is wise like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes in torrents and the flood waters rise and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it is built on solid bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey it is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rains and floods come and the winds beat against that house, it will collapse with a mighty crash. Y'all, it, okay, so here's what I got because I'm so excited. This is so good. Basically, it's no different than when you're a kid. Your mama tell you, don't you stick your finger in that electrical outlet, you're gonna shock yourself. And you, with your brave self, was like, she just trying not to let me have fun. And you stick your finger in that electrical outlet and you go flying and you on the floor trying to figure out who you are. Okay? You gonna learn today. So let's kind of break it down. I want to break it down a little bit further, so I may do another video, but this is such a good teaching, guys. It really talks about your foundation. We all are a house. We all are a church individually. Okay? And so your knowledge and understanding and your relationship that you continuously build with God is so important, because it's either going to collapse with a mighty crash or it will be built on a bedrock. That means you have such a solid, strong, firm foundation that no matter what weathers kick at you, no matter what weathers or situations or storms or things that people throw at you, the way that they talk about you, the issues at work, y'all, the issues that you experience with your spouse, the issues that you experience with your children, no matter what those are, your foundation is so strong that no matter what the weather throws at you, no matter what the drama and the traumas are, they will not break your house down. And so it's really important that you understand that importance of, look, God does so much for us every single day. He loves us so much that he gives us the choice on how we want to build our foundation. Yeah, sometimes, some people didn't grow up in the church. I didn't grow up in a church. So I didn't understand the basis of a foundation. I didn't understand the importance of building a strong foundation with God. You cannot expect to have a foundation that will crash and you don't know when it'll happen, all because you have not built a strong foundation with God. You cannot expect to do amazing things. And if you do those amazing things, when trauma, drama, and folks come in your life, you will crash just as hard. I only got two definitions. Crash is to move or cause a move with force, a speed, and a sudden loud noise. So imagine something like a car crash. Oftentimes, it can be out of your control, in your control, but the feeling of being in a crash, the adrenaline rush that you feel, the fear, the confusion, you're just in disarray. You don't know what's going on. You're like, oh my gosh, am I dead? Am I alive? What's going on? And the sound and the scream that comes out of your mouth when you get into that crash, that's what God's talking about. He's talking about all of that. You're not only going to experience that crash externally, you're going to experience a crash internally. You're going to experience it so deep in yourself that you feel like you've lost yourself. I think that sometimes that's part of the depression and anxiety, is that you relied so much on yourself and so much on things that you can control that you forgot that you can't control God. You cannot make God do anything he does not want to do. You cannot make him make your hair longer. You cannot make him make your boobs bigger. And even though if you're in the world and you decide to pay for that, you're still going to feel less than, because there are pieces of you that are broken and that are lost because your relationship with God has not been handled. So I was like, ooh, that crash, that collapse, and then collapse. I fainted one time, and it is very much out of your control. You don't know when you're going to land. You don't know when you're going to wake up. You don't know anything. You have no idea what's going to happen. That's crazy. Okay, guys, I just had some juice, so I'm fired up right now. Anyways, the word wise is experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Wisdom also happens in life, because when you mess up, you grow up. When you mess up, you change. When you mess up, you learn. So it's really, being wise is learning from the mistakes that you've made or the mistakes that you've seen other people make. It's learning how to not mess up so often and so frequently. So this one is pretty long, but I'm going to deep dive into the wording on another one, because this is too juicy to just do one. You know, I got to do a part 2. So I'm going to do a part 2. I probably will be more calm, but this is so good. The fundamentals of the building blocks of your relationship with God is so important. Y'all, it is so important. But I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. And tell me what y'all think. Part 2 or no? I think I should do a part 2. All right. Bye.